What does that look like 20 years down the road? What does it look like? Imagine for a moment what that looks like. What an independent Texas could be. Imagine going to a foreign country and visiting the Texas embassy. And I don't mean the one in London that they've converted into a cantina and a restaurant. But imagine that for a moment. Imagine having our own armed forces. Imagine being able to dictate our own border policies and our own immigration policies. Imagine these things. Imagine for a moment that we had an economy based not on some sort of fiat fantasy, but on something legitimate and real. And imagine for a moment 20 years from now that the only people that have a say in how we govern ourselves are the people of Texas. That is the vision that we have for the future. That is the only vision that we have for the future. There's a lot of latitude in there, folks. There's a lot of opportunity for us to give it our own flavor, to leave our fingerprint, to leave our mark, to create for ourselves a future of independence, freedom, and prosperity. It's there. It's there for the taking. And for many, many years, the Texas Nationalist movement has engaged in a systematic plan to achieve that. What we have found out, though, is that there are so many people who don't know it. They don't understand the nuts and bolts. They don't understand the minutia. And frankly, not many people want to understand the nuts and bolts and the minutia. That's what caused me to have a very tall forehead that goes all the way to the back of my head. 1996, I had chin hair, but none of it was white. But that being said, we're going to spend this weekend talking about these things. You're going to get information. You're going to get inspiration. You're going to get motivation. My presentation that's coming up later is going to bore you to tears. I promise. But that being said, let's move right on, because we've got an event to do, right? And you guys are ready for Texas, for the Texas Independence Conference, right?
Yes, sir.
Because what is it that you want?
Independence.
And when do you want it?
Now.
For many of you, this is where the journey is going to start. So I implore you, in my final minutes here in kicking this thing off, my admonition to you is this. Number one, keep an open mind. Number two, keep a set of open ears. Number three, that numbness you feel in your backside is merely the chair. Okay? And finally, the folks that have helped put this thing together in the amount of time that it has happened, please show them your appreciation throughout the day today. Doesn't have to be anything major, but please make sure you just go to them and tell them thank you. And then the final thing, because I think this is going to be your key, your takeaway for this weekend. I see many of you with notepads out there. That makes me immensely happy. As you're absorbing this knowledge, feel free during the breaks, and I encourage you to do so, to review those things, to find your people that are in leadership, your district directors, your deputy district directors, whoever it is. But more than that, I want you to meet new people, because every one of the folks in these seats is joining you on this journey. So please connect with those folks. I will wrap up by saying it is fantastic and phenomenal to be here yet again at the Crockett Hotel. The staff here have been enormously helpful, and it is always, always, always lovely to have the symbolism of being able to carry on the work of the men who sacrificed and died on the very place where we are meeting today. So I thank you for your attentiveness, and with that, I will return this conference back over to the Executive Director, Carrie Wise. Thank you for your indulgence.